You see them in school clothes, right? You see them in school clothes. You see them coming out of their school bus. Bro, they're vaping. Wallah, they're vaping and they take it in, bro. They inhale. Brother, they hold it in their lungs.
Back in my days, it wouldn't be vape. We'd bring freaking footy cards or some shit to school.
What do you mean footy cards, bro? We would actually smoke, but we'd smoke the fads. What do they call them?
The
yellow sticks.
The fake fucking cigarettes.
The fake cigarettes, the fads.
The candy.
The candy ones. Nowadays, they're vaping, brother. What has society come to? I don't understand how the hell these kids are vaping and how their lungs are taking that capacity of vapes.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful.
The Lebbie Podcast, best podcast in the area, no cap.
We're live.
Bro, oof. Far out, bro. Pop my eardrums.
I just screamed into the mic,
bro,
guys.
this is so weird that this guy's sitting next to me on this side. This is usually the guest, bro.
Let's go.
Relax. You just watched Logan Paul vs. Mayweather.
Let's go,
You're not a boxer, cuz. You're not a boxer. This guy is so G'd up. Look, to be honest, guys, I know what you're thinking. All right. 2 weeks they haven't done a podcast. Where the F have they been? Because I can't swear. Where the F have they been? Guys,
Unless no one gives a shit. No one generally.
Probably no one gives a shit, bro. Oh, did the Lebbie...
Shit, why did I say shit?
Oh, bro, listen. Did the Lebbie upload? Does anyone actually ever say that?
Maybe no one cares. Maybe we're just sitting there.
Maybe we're just probably ahead of ourselves.
I'm genuinely curious. Are people going, far out, bro? The Lebbie
Nah, look, to be honest, I went TikTok live and a lot of people were saying, oh, what happened to the podcast? People have actually been messaging me as well. Is the podcast
I know. Our TikTok community is like loyal as fuck.
Yeah, the TikTok community. But the YouTube community
I don't know
well.
about the YouTube community.
Bro, to be honest, I'm kind of nervous. We haven't done this in 2 weeks.
What are we doing?
I'm feeling
What's
nervous.
going on? How do you podcast?
Hey, listen. Look, I know what you're thinking. We don't have a guest. All right, fine. It is what it is. You know, the reason why we don't have a guest, it's not because we ran out of guests. It's just that I feel like we haven't done this in 2 weeks. We might stuff it up. Like, you guys might be witnessing the worst podcast in the history of podcasts. Because we haven't done it in a while. I forgot what to do. What do we even talk about?
I don't know. What
do we start? I don't know, bro.
Where do we start?
I'm stressing out. Hey, look, but listen, it's been 2 weeks. Obviously, there's been reasons. We just haven't been look, we're not lazy. We're not lazy. Brother, I'm like the least lazy
Maybe
person.
a bit lazy, but...
If anything, you're the lazy one.
Come on,
He's
man.
my brother, right?
Guys, you know the shit I do and the things I have to put up with behind the scenes, all right?
All right, listen.
All right?
Listen, all right.
Without
They know that
there's no Lebbie, all right? Without me, there's no Lebbie.
Shut your mouth, bro. You want to go right now? You want to go right now? Let's drop the box and let's go right now.
Listen. Fuck the mics. We'll go right now.
Just don't swear. Have we hit that minute yet?
It's been a minute,
we're
bro.
monetized now.
How long's it been?
I don't even know. How long's it been? Probably
It's been
2 minutes. But anyway, look.
Shit, why did I swear?
Bro, we are back now, okay? We're doing podcasts again. This week, it's just going to be us because we're freaking trying to find our feet again. We're trying to find how we do podcasts again.
We're trying to
Forgot how
find
to do a
our
podcast.
mojo, you know? You're trying to hit
We're
that
trying to
mojo.
find the mojo back. But I've been busy. Look, I haven't been lazy. I've been busy. Work has been crazy, all right? I've just been working like a dog, non-stop. Maybe if you guys run the numbers up, I won't have to work anymore and I'd just be relying on doing the Lebbie podcast for the rest of my life. Imagine that. Imagine
Just
doing
get us,
the Lebbie
just get us like, you know what? Get us
to 10K.
Well, no, not 10K. Maybe 100K and we'll quit. Just
No,
quit.
hey, quit work. I need $1 million. What
No,
do you mean
you're
100K?
saying get us to a certain amount so then we don't have to worry about work.
No, but we want to see the numbers so we can start putting more effort. Oh, look,
Bro,
it doesn't matter.
the amount of effort we put in
Look,
now.
to be honest, we just enjoy this, bro.
We put in a lot of effort, to be honest, even though it's not our numbers aren't huge. We still put a lot of effort.
I literally just changed out of my work clothes, got into something comfortable, jumped. I didn't even eat. I just jumped. This guy's like, go eat, go eat. I told him I can't eat.
Bro,
I don't like
listen.
eating before doing something. I like going straight to the thing.
I don't understand why you do that, how you can do that. But me, I'm the opposite. I don't even get stressed out with this. Like,
No, it's not about stressing out. It's about staying with the momentum.
Bro, you know what?
I mean? Like when you eat, for me, eating, I love eating. No one loves food as much as me. But I feel like food slows you down. If you get what I mean. Like food.
But when it comes to podcasts, you're not really doing anything physical.
I know.
It's
but
like
you're
talking.
All
Like,
right,
how's that gonna slow you down?
Right now, I have a big feed, right?
Yeah.
How am I going to be? I'm going to be like this.
No, you don't have a big feed. You have like something in between.
Yeah, but
Like,
see, I
had a
can't do
plate.
that. I don't have self-control. If I start eating, I don't stop. All right.
Well, then that's on you. That's on you.
What I like doing is I like having a big feed after the podcast. Because after the podcast, I would have let out all the fucking shit I want to talk about. And then I would be hungry and then I'll eat.
I'm the
That's how
opposite.
you do
I'm
it.
the
That's how
opposite.
you bloody do it.
If I'm doing something, I'll go out of my way
Anyway,
to eat before. That's literally
Yeah,
how
what
I
is
am.
this, the food podcast? Has this turned into the food?
Last podcast we had Chebo.
2 weeks ago. We talked about food and look, we've talked a lot about food. So let's move on. What have you been doing?
work.
Like, forget about work, hello. We want to talk about something interesting.
What do you mean? What have I been doing?
What have you been up to? Have you had any events? Have you had anything?
Have you had any events? That's the question.
I've had a few. All right, I've had a few. Well, the most
You've had a
recent
few,
one
yeah.
is on Friday. I actually went to Liverpool, and bro, to be honest with you, Liverpool is actually getting nicer. It's turning into a proper like the city.
Liverpool's alright, yeah.
I feel like they're building it they've got the new uni there. They've got the lights there. You walk through that strip, the main strip, and there's lights. New Westfields.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of like cafes and stuff there.
I'm telling you, Liverpool is they've got a few shisha lounges as well. Which one of them was closed.
Shout out Liverpool.
We literally
I've
went
always
to
wanted
Liverpool to go to this shisha lounge, and they were closed. Bro, I was full dressed up. One of my mates, Taha, he came in trackies. Me, I wore my Gucci shoes. Habibi, I bought Gucci shoes 2 weeks ago. Nah, I bought Gucci shoes about 2 months ago. Probably even before that.
Oh, guys,
I forgot how to take them off. I literally forgot how to take. I don't know how to take them off.
Hey, you want to hear something interesting?
What?
After last podcast,
Yeah.
I think it was a couple of days before or a day before.
Yeah.
I usually go indoor soccer every week with my mates.
Yeah.
And our last podcast was with Chebo, right?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
And I went to indoor soccer and I went with my mates. There's always usually one guy that books it, and this guy booked it
Yeah.
at this location. I'm not gonna say where, but
Yeah.
we went and I ran into Chebo, even though we just
Yeah, you told me. You actually saw him
I
there.
ran into Chebo and we done a podcast.
What are the odds? What
Yeah.
are the odds of you running into Chebo
But
after
yeah,
he came on our podcast?
our smart mate booked for a time before.
Before Chebo?
Yeah. And we went,
You could have versed him.
and no, he booked the wrong time, and literally we
Oh,
went,
no way.
and like,
No
I was
bloody
like,
way.
come on, man, like, you
Well,
ruined
guys, get your shit together. Look, if you're booking a indoor soccer, you got to know when to book. That's it. That's just all
Listen,
it is.
I'm not one to talk about because I don't
you don't
involve
book shit.
myself with the
I book
booking.
everything.
I just go
Alright.
there with indoor soccer. They book.
But yeah,
everything.
anyways, we had that night, all right? And the shisha lounge was closed. So we ended up going and eating somewhere else. But that's not the thing. We went and watched a scary movie. Guys, have you watched The Conjuring? All right. It's like I'm expecting them to say yes. And I can hear someone say yes. But The Conjuring, listen, I don't fucking like horror movies. Any of that demon stuff, any of that horror freaking pop-ups and shit, I hate it. I can't stand it, all right? I cannot
I mean, why would
stand
you love it? Like, you just.
Bro, there's people that love it. Wallah, my friends
I
love
don't know
it.
how. Like,
I feel like they
what's
love it.
fun about getting scared?
I don't know.
What's
fun
fun
about...
What's fun about
Imagine.
like getting pop up?
All right, that's probably something.
No,
but
that's
The
the
Conjuring.
not bad part. The bad part is when you're sitting there and you're expecting a pop up,
Bro,
yet you
wallah,
still get
wallah,
scared.
We watched it on Friday. Today, what's
don't
the
know
date
how.
today? It's Tuesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. Bro, we watched it on Friday and I still am struggling to sleep. I'm so tired because last night I was sitting there in my room alone and I'm just thinking. I'm ready. I'm ready to throw hands. I'm hearing noises, bro. Wallah, I heard something in my wardrobe. I actually heard something in my wardrobe.
Bro, it's just
I don't know what it was.
just
But something was in my wardrobe, bro. I'm telling you.
It's just in the mind, mate. It's in
Bro,
the
it's
mind.
all in the mind. But ever
in
since
the
I watched that movie, bro, my mates, and I feel like my mates love fucking watching me scared like a little girl. And I'm going to admit it, I get scared. I hate scary
Bro,
movies.
you should see this guy when like,
Bro,
when
horror
with
movies.
Horror movies. He's like a kid. Like he just.
No, you know what? I don't mind the thriller movies. I don't mind the movies that there's like a killer or something. Serial killers.
That's like me.
I watch
I
a lot
don't
of that
mind
shit. Bro, I will literally watch a serial killer show about gore
Bro, you
and
scared
cutting
me.
heads
Bro,
and
you scared me.
decapitations.
There was a phase where you were watching like every night. You were watching a serial
Bro, I'm
killer
obsessed.
docuseries.
I'm obsessed.
And even I stepped back and I was like, "What the fuck?"
No, but you know what? I'm more...
Is this guy a serial killer?
Yeah, but no, that's the thing. I'm interested in like the mind of a serial killer. All right, I'm interested in what goes through their mind because a lot of the serial killers start. How do they start? They start
but
basically from a young age.
Yeah.
they're exposed to a lot of like assault and like obviously sometimes the R word. That I'm scared to use it because I'm scared YouTube might
Well, there's
monetize me.
always the standout characteristics that are
Yeah,
in a serial
and
killer.
I'm interested into what goes through the mind of a serial killer that just loses emotion in one part of the brain and the psychology of it. Look, I'm not a psychologist, all right? I'm not claiming to be a psychologist, but that's what I was interested in. I was interested in like what's happening through their mind for them to actually have no emotion to kill someone. And one of the recent ones I watched was the Richard Ramirez one. Bro, the guy, the scary part about this guy was he wasn't just a serial killer. He was also a rapist. He was also a thief. He was also
Trigger warning.
everything. He basically, the guy was everything. Like anything bad you can picture about someone, he was that.
Yeah.
All right. And the thing is with that is like you watch it, right? You watch it and you're like, imagine that person. You actually having to meet that person. What would you do? Like, I always picture, look, we're doing the podcast right now. I always picture myself, imagine getting someone like Richard Ramirez while he's in jail or interviewing a serial killer. And obviously what goes through their mind.
Well, it'd be pretty weird. Like, to be honest, like, it's not like
It would
a
be
typical
tense. It
person.
would be
It
very
won't be a
tense.
typical interview. 100%. It won't be
Yeah.
a typical conversation.
Like,
you
there's
have.
one as well with like Ted Bundy, for example. There was a guy that interviewed him the day before he got executed. And that interview is one of the most famous interviews.
Oh, you
online.
know what I watched recently? There's that YouTube with the guy that done the school shooting in America.
Oh, yeah.
the
The
Parkland-
guy that claimed to be mentally ill.
Nicholas whatever,
The
bro.
white mentally ill
That
person.
video, go watch that interview, and the way it just unfolds, it changes you. Like he come out of the video a different person.
Isn't that
like,
the video where he's acting like he's actually mental?
Yeah, like he'll go like he'll just do random shit. I don't know. He'll be doing this,
Can you tell it's fake though?
but no, me if I'm seeing that, I'll think, man, this guy's probably actually like.
But
a
anyone can
psycho.
put an act on.
But then the
That's the thing.
detective is like in that moment, in the heat of the moment, and he still calls him out. He's like, not calls him out, but he's sort of like,
He notices his tricks.
he doesn't be too like, oh, you know what? No, it's fine.
Yeah.
He draws the line. Like he knows, like indirectly saying, like, I know you're lying.
What
I
a
know you-
detective, eh? Like, how would
I don't
he
know how you do that.
He must have had some background in psychology or studied
Yeah.
the art of psychology, because
Bro,
psychology is such an important thing. To understand the mind of a killer is to understand their motive and is to
Yeah.
understand what caused them to be a killer.
Yeah, and there's like different techniques they use. Like he'll ask the same question.
Oh,
Like,
that's all mind games. That's all
It's-
mind
it's-
games.
bro, it's an interesting video. If you want to watch that,
Yeah, like you
Watch
should
that
probably
on
watch
YouTube.
it. It's on YouTube, and like a lot of the part is like noticing someone's lying. For example,
Yeah.
how do you know someone's lying without a lie detector? It's hard.
it's obviously hard. I'm not a psychologist. I
It's,
don't know.
it's
but
obviously
yeah.
hard, but a lot of it is what is it? It's body language.
Body
Body
language.
language is a big thing. Anyway, there's another thing we done as well recently was the TikTok event. I wouldn't even call it an event. It was more like a dinner. So one of the girls that was on TikTok, Sarah, she's actually from Adelaide. She came from Adelaide for 2 nights, I think, or was it what it was? And she invited like a lot of people like Ramis and Karim Daddy Slim and Ismail Yus and all these people. And like it was good because it was a good vibe. And the thing is, it was at Barangaroo.
Yeah,
Barangaroo, I'm telling you, bro, I hardly go to the city.
same. Like,
But when I
there we
do,
go.
bro, I took the wrong turn. I'm telling you, I was using the navigator, and to drive to the city, I took the wrong turn 35 times while using the navigator.
Trust
And
you.
people that watch
trust
my
you to
vlog
do
will know
something
this.
like that.
Bro, I used the nav, and I still fucked it up.
Yeah,
35 wrong turns. Why is the city so complicated? Why is it so complicated to drive in? Even while using the navigator,
But
I didn't
I've-
get it.
I've
It
had
tells
a
you
mate-
turn right. Bro, it
Yeah.
tells you turn right. And it means like the right, but you gotta go left, then right. And it's like, bro, I turned right because you told me to turn right.
Nah, yeah,
It doesn't make sense.
Even though you see it on the nav sometimes, it's still like confusing. Like,
That's what I'm saying. It's still confusing while using the nav.
But-
So why get your shit together, Sydney, please, with your roads in the city, please, especially in the city. Get your shit together with how you've laid out the roads because it's so confusing. I'm telling you, even like you probably experience the same thing when driving.
yeah, no, I get. Some roads I'm like, it'll be like turn left, but turn like straight. Then I don't know. It's just sometimes it's complicated. But I've heard, for example, New York City, it's like so easy. Like
Oh, New York
First,
City is too
second,
much traffic though.
yeah, but
So you got to compromise.
the actual roads.
Oh yeah,
are
first, second
coordinated
street,
in a
third
way
street,
where it's,
fourth
like,
street.
easy.
Yeah. It's like numbers basically. Imagine our streets were like that. Imagine it was like one,
It'd
first,
be so
second,
much
third,
easier.
fourth.
But then you have like George fucking.
Yeah, no, brother. Look, George Street. Don't even start me with George Street or Pitt Street or Sydney Street, whatever you call it. But anyway, so that wasn't the problem here. The problem here was that I was dressed. All right, because I always fear this one thing. I always fear being underdressed, because for me, I'm always in trackies. I'm always in something that's comfortable, right? You're in trackies as well. You understand the go. But for this event, I'm like, bro, I'm not going to go to Barangaroo for a nice dinner with some TikTokers that I haven't even met yet and some that I obviously know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go dressed in trackies.
Obviously
So what I
not.
did was, for me, there's no in between, right? There's either overdressed or underdressed. I don't know.
know,
the
yeah,
in
you
between.
stress out a lot when
How
it
do
comes
you
to-
do the in between? How do you go semi-casual? I don't have anything that's semi-casual. I even wore Gucci shoes. Bro, I keep flexing that I have Gucci shoes. But like,
Guys, he has Gucci shoes. If you didn't
no,
know.
but the thing is, right? I went there and I dressed in a turtleneck. All right, I thought I looked good in a black turtleneck. I'm like, you know what? I haven't really wore a black turtleneck before. So I went and got one, and I wore it for this event. And then I wore like a coat over that, and it was a nice coat. It wasn't a bad coat. But that wasn't the problem.
Let me pull up how you looked.
That wasn't the problem here. I'm going to get to that. I dressed up in a black turtleneck, right? So I got there and I'm like thinking I'm like I'm some like stud or whatever. I rock up and none other than a guest that we actually had here, Ramis Ansari. You guys probably have seen the podcast. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
That was a very
after
good
this
podcast,
podcast, obviously. But Ramis was there, and when I tell you he roasted the shit out of me, he roasted the fuck
shit out of you.
But it wasn't that he roasted me then and there. The thing was, he caught me in deep conversation. I was in a conversation with someone, and the way I was sitting, I had my leg crossed over my other leg, and I'm sitting there like this, and I'm talking, and I'm like, and I'm giving feedback, and I'm receiving, and I'm sitting there and talking, and then I see Ramis like, when you feel the presence of someone recording you.
Yeah.
I felt him recording me, so I seen him, and he was right there, and I go, "You're recording me, right?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he's laughing, and I'm like, "Bro, what's so funny?" And then
That's
he's
such
like,
a Ramis
"Bro,
thing to do, bro.
brother here looking like the Lebanese Steve Jobs." And I'm like, "Bro, I never even
saw
thought of
that,
that,
bro.
How the hell did he think of that?"
I was sitting at home and I knew you were out, but then I
Yeah.
was like on Instagram, I was scrolling.
Yeah.
I saw Ramis' story. I saw Ramis' story first.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, he's at the event, and I saw that story. I was like, bro,
I
saw that you in a
almost ended my
turtleneck,
career.
and I didn't think of that. I was like, fucking Steve
He
Jobs.
almost ended my career.
Steve Jobs hit the nail on the
Bro,
coffin.
I'm telling you,
It's
listen.
exactly how you look.
The thing is, he ended my career, bro.
did.
Bro, my mates literally that follow Ramis as well send me, and they're dying, bro. They're dying laughing.
You're hardly on the back end of the roast.
I'm
You're
never, bro. I'm usually the roaster.
The
You
roaster,
can't
but
roast
the roaster got roasted.
Bro, everyone knows this about me, or the people that watch my TikToks and that. I love impersonating people, bro. I've impersonated so much people, and my whole thing is impressions. My whole comedy, bro. The comedy of parodies, the comedy of impersonating people is my favorite kind of comedy. My comedy and my humor is built on that. I make fun of Arabs, I make fun of Lebbos, I make fun of Aussies, I make fun of a lot of people. Plus, I impersonate some other TikTokers as well, as we saw recently. One of the guys, Addis Paul. Guys, that video actually went off. That video went off.
Yeah, that blew up.
Bro, the thing is, no one called him out on it, but he always started his videos with the same thing. Oh, Michaela just had my big fat German sausage. And I'm like, bro, I can work with this here. I can work with this and actually turn him into a meme.
Yeah.
I don't know if I turned him into a meme. Look, a lot of people started using the term, and I'm like, what if I just change it from a big German sausage to something miniature that befits him, which is basically a little sour worm. So I'm like, guys, Michaela just had my little sour worm for breakfast, but I'm still hungry, so I had her muggus infected toes. And I'm like,
Nah,
bro,
that was good. I was like,
it was a quick video, but
Yeah.
it covered literally, it just roasted his whole vlogging career altogether. And so many people were telling me, do a part two, do a part two, do a part two. People loved it, bro. I think I've done a lot of impersonations. I think that was like part 21.
Yeah.
And people loved it, bro.
with your TikToks, it's like, I hardly laugh at them because I know you. I know your humor. So like,
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know if
hard
it
to
makes
laugh
sense,
at like
but
your brother's TikTok.
I don't know if it makes sense, but but that one I was like, fuck, that's pretty funny. And I laughed.
Yeah, because it was just like, it was short and sweet, but at the same time, it just roasted the heck out of him. And a lot of people want to fight this guy, and I don't know how it started. Do you know how it started?
Nah, I don't know.
I think
no,
it was just
because
because he said something fucked
he
up.
got a
in
lot
one
of
them.
attention from that first TikTok. The first time I knew him was from that TikTok. Where it was like, I just got my soul sucked out by the hottest girl in the world.
And the thing is, this guy turned into a villain overnight.
Yeah, like everyone.
Addis Paul turned into the Jake Paul of Australia overnight. I'm telling you,
Crazy.
everyone was roasting this guy. The
Power
amount
of
of stitches, bro, the amount of stitches that I saw of his videos, of him when he's sitting and going, right, I heard you guys been taking up my boxing
It was so true. Like Veronica put a TikTok where it was like, bro, get out of my feed. Like I'm sick of this.
Yeah, bro.
And
He
I
was
felt that. I
all
was like,
over my
fuck, bro.
feed.
It's like all over my feed. It was just Addis Paul. It's like
He was living on my feed rent
Yeah.
free. I'm telling you, he was living on my feed rent free. And the thing that sparked a lot of this was when he was watching the Logan Paul versus Mayweather, he put up in his vlog, he's like, I'm taking up boxing offers because I think a lot of you guys want to box me. And the amount of people that wanted to fight this guy.
Let me just
I am
show you
telling
this guy.
Every single influencer from Sydney wants to fight Addis Paul. And the thing is, he loves it. He's thriving on it.
Of course he loves it. He's like a Jake Paul kind of character.
Is it
he
though?
loves that.
Is it in a thing? Is all publicity good publicity? What's your opinion on that?
Well, personally, I wouldn't want to be put in the spotlight in a negative way where it's like Jake Paul level, for example, or Bryce Hall level. But
We talked about this before.
Personally, that's personal.
Personally, yeah, that's your personal preference. But I feel like these guys have built personalities based on that negativity, if you know what I mean. Like a lot of people are saying, oh, fucking Addis Paul's so hated, or Jake Paul's so hated, or Bryce Hall's so hated. Why do they all rhyme with the same thing? I just realized that. All the villains rhyme with the same. Paul Hall. Paul. Yeah, they all rhyme.
Even just the Paul name. Like
they're just the last name Paul, like Addis Paul and Jake Paul. Who the fuck would know that they had the same last name and the most hated? You know, like, but how does that work?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, for example, Jake Paul. It's not a new thing that he's hated. He's always been hated.
He's always been hated. But the thing is, with Jake Paul, he actually thrives on that, bro. The guy
100%.
loves it.
No, you got to give him credit. You
got to give him credit because the guy's making a lot of money. The guy's killing it.
Even that whole boxing shit, like the Conor McGregor thing he bought ages ago.
He knows how to sell fights.
Irish cunt or something like that.
The guy knows how to sell pay-per-views. You guys will all say, oh, Jake Paul, I want him to lose and that. But that's the thing. You want him to lose, meaning you want to watch him.
You know why? You know why? You know why it's a persona? Like, for example, that I think he has a persona on camera. For example, Jake Paul. Off camera, he's probably the nicest guy.
You never know.
Seriously.
It's like Colby Covington.
Example, you know why?
Colby Covington as well.
Yeah, you know why? I'll tell you that Jake Paul one with the Conor McGregor is like, it's a persona.
Why?
What other time have you ever heard him say cunt or an American say cunt? Yeah. But in that video, he's like, you Irish cunt.
Good evening, you Irish cunt.
He's never said cunt, bro.
Yeah.
Like if it was an Aussie, if it was an Aussie, you'd go, yeah, all right, that's how he acts. But it's like he's American. Why is he saying cunt?
That's true.
It's obviously a persona.
Nah, look, I feel like these personas though are working in this day and age. Why? Because of social media. Yeah. Social media is what made these hated people. If it wasn't for social media, if this was back in like the olden days when there was no social media, there wouldn't be these hated figures. And even like, I feel like they've built their celebrity and their, like, that's their thing. Like, if Jake Paul's not hated, would he be where he is today? That's a good question to ask. Or would just he be living in the shadow of Logan Paul?
No, because he... Yeah, no. I agree. Because of the shit he's done, for example, those songs, the shit songs he used to put and the cringy shit he used to do.
Yeah, that's from before, but even now...
And the thing he does now, that's what's put him in the spotlight, obviously. That's why he's on... Like, for example, Dana White's talking about him. When have you ever pictured Dana White talking about a YouTuber?
Talking about a YouTuber. Jake Paul. Never, ever. And these YouTubers are stepping up. And that's the thing. That's what Bryce Hall tried to do. If you notice, Bryce Hall was trying to head that same path as Jake Paul, but he's just
it's such a cliche thing to do.
He's
now.
just
Like
a shit
even,
boxer.
for example, you have Paul Gallen. I saw against
bro, that
Justice
was
Hooney.
so forced. That
he
was
like,
so cringy.
He's like, you've backed out in a fight before, and he's trying to act. Conor McGregor said the same shit, by the way, before in a press conference.
You're right. But the thing is, does that a person that doesn't have much skill, but a good trash talker and a good charismatic personality, would their fights pay more than someone who's a good fighter but a nice guy? I think they would.
What do you mean? What was that? So would they have the same pay? You mean the same?
Yeah. Would they have the same pay? Like, so for example, you got
unless you're crazy good. For example, then if you're like Khabib level,
you don't have to be a shit
then you don't have to be
Khabib, you don't have to be a shit
unless
talker.
you're crazy level or good, like crazy.
If you're like, for example, let's mention Robert Whittaker, for example, right? Yeah. Robert Whittaker is a great fighter. I'm not denouncing anything about Robert Whittaker. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's done well for Australia and he's represented Australia and he's one of the best fighters to ever come out of Australia. But he's very nice and for a reason, you know, he's probably brought up to be a nice person and he's just a nice guy. That's just naturally what he is. But would he be able to sell the same fights as Jake Paul? Probably not. I think people would want to watch Jake Paul more than they'd want to watch Robert Whittaker. Even though Robert Whittaker 10 times out of 10 would smash Jake Paul and put him on his ass.
100%. No, because this day and age, it's like, it's that social media,
it's
that
entertainment, bro. It's become entertainment.
Yeah, and
the
it
state
goes
of
in
boxing,
line with like clout and things like that.
UFC is different to boxing. UFC is not about entertainment. I don't think, because UFC is very real, bro. UFC is even boxing's real.
By UFC, you mean MMA, like the sport of MMA?
In terms of
or
MMA.
You mean specifically UFC, the promotion?
Specifically UFC, the promotion.
Yeah.
It's not... when Conor McGregor was around, there was a lot about entertainment. But the thing is, they actually, like... McGregor was actually good. He backed up what he said.
Yeah.
But nowadays, boxing... Why aren't these YouTubers or all these social media stepping in the octagon for? Tell me. Why aren't they stepping in the octagon?
Because they know there's a different... It's a different
element.
There's different consequence you can have as well. When you're in an octagon or a ring, it's two different things, two different consequences. That's why you've never seen, for example, Floyd Mayweather go in an octagon.
100%.
Because
100%.
it's different consequences. You can't go out there and just like, oh yeah, well I got knocked out or I lost. It's like, no, you can fucking break your leg. You can, like, for example,
100%.
Chris Weidman, you can break your leg.
You can break your leg. You can snap
break
your
a
neck in half.
skull like Venom Page when you broke the other guy's skull with a flying knee. Like,
That's
it's
right.
real consequences. Like,
That's right. And I just feel like UFC, there's no joking around. Like, there's the entertainment side of it, but you got to be prepared to back it up. You have to be prepared to back it up and back it up really good, because UFC, if you make one mistake, you're gone. You're absolutely gone. Like, there's no coming back. And like the thing with boxing now is it's a lot of entertainment. Bro, lately everyone thinks they're a boxer, including myself. I'm not even gonna, including myself. I'm sitting there and I was calling out Adespool. I'm like, come fight me. When I've trained boxing for a little bit. I wouldn't even count it. But I've trained boxing, but I've never actually done boxing. I've never properly had a fight in my life. Adespool, you think the guy's a boxer? He's not. You think Luke Irwin's a boxer? He's not. You think all these guys are boxers? They're not boxers.
I don't even think Adespool's going to box anyone, to be honest.
He's not.
I think he's just saying
He had
that
a quick
to gain
clout
the clout.
grab. It was a quick
Because he
clout grab.
thought, what if I can talk shit and call everyone out, but not have to fight, and I still get a bit of clout? Like, he did get a bit of clout.
That's true. He did get a lot
Where
of
he
clout.
didn't even have to get in the ring and to get clout. Right now he can go, oh no, I don't want to box. I just done
Yeah,
it for the clout.
100%.
And people feed into that. They straight away fed into that. They gave him that marketing 101. He straight away got that. He got what he wanted straight away.
I feel like you need to be controversial.
Yeah.
To be honest, with Adespool,
This day and age, yeah.
what he done was he was controversial. He said something that, mind you, he didn't offend anyone. Like, I'm not defending him. I'm not defending Adespool, but he didn't offend anyone. All right. What he said was, I just got by the hottest girl, and he did, and that's like, look, he just said what just happened, and like, it's his missus, and like he didn't like say anything bad about anyone, but obviously it's the context in which he said it.
Yeah, it was just a
and
fact.
There's kids
that
on
he
the app.
said it.
There's kids on the app. You know, you
on
don't
a
want
TikTok app.
Imagine
which is
your kid was on
predominantly
the app. That's
kids,
right.
Yeah.
But we swear in our videos. Look, we swear. We
100%.
make shitty references that
you don't go out of your
we
way
don't want
to
kids
say,
to watch.
you
But
know,
we never go
explicit
out of our
things.
way to say something about
like explicit things. Yeah, you wouldn't.
It was very explicit. But he thrived on that. And to be honest, he had a quick clout grab and he helped him, and everyone wants to fight him. Everyone wants to fight him.
Respect to him. You know, he got that. He got the attention he wanted.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
People fed into that.
And when I tell you everyone, bro, I'm talking Chebo. Chebo as well. Chebo, the guy that makes burgers that was on our podcast, actually called him out, and he liked Chebo's
But
comment.
Cheba is like the nicest guy you ever see.
I know. I can't imagine Chebo in a boxing ring.
Neither
Who
can
would
I,
you fight? You know what? I think we should start. You know what? As much as we talk and laugh about these entertainers overseas that would never probably reach to that amount, like the greatest entertainers like Logan Paul and KSI and all these guys. But you know what? Let's make something on a lower level. Why don't we do something in the
like
area?
an area event, like a boxing area.
Let's do an area boxing event. Bro, if anyone out there that has a boxing promotion or a boxing gym, even like Suman, bro. Yeah. Anyone that has like a boxing gym or something like that and can host an area TikTokers boxing event, bro, I am down to do it. And I am down to get into training camp and actually train for 3 months.
Yeah, I think...
And I was thinking Ramis could be my opponent because of... Obviously, he called me
you guys
the
have
Lebanese
been, like,
Steve Jobs.
doing things online.
We've been low-key beefing. Well, we haven't been beefing. We've actually been, fully...
It's probably the nicest,
It's not even low-key.
nicest beef you ever see. It's like
It's very nice.
not even
It's very nice. But if he acts up, brother, he's going to feel my lethal right hand.
No,
anyway.
I feel like you have to go out of your way and be controversial if you want to get. Like,
that's what I'm saying. But
enough
why?
attention.
Imagine we actually set up an area boxing TikTok event. Anyone from Sydney, look, we saw what happened with Adespool. Everyone wanted to fight him. Suddenly, everyone became a boxer. But why don't we actually set up something and do a main card and an undercard and get all these people like. How many rounds do we do it? Fucking 6 rounds, 5 rounds.
Well, you
exactly
can do it like
the
the YouTube TikTok, 16-ounce headgear.
We
if you
can do
want.
16-ounce headgear, mouth guards, groin protector, everything. Don't worry, you're not going to get hurt unless you probably FaZe Jarvis. Then you're going to get knocked out.
No.
The guy that fought Michael Lee. But like, let's do a TikTokers event and get everyone from the area. I'll guarantee you guys. Comment below if you actually want to see it. Comment below. If you'd actually pay the pay-per-view, or we probably won't be pay-per-view, but if you actually rock up to the event, fuck it, $5 entry, whatever it is, there's going to be shisha, there's going to be everything.
There's money
I'm telling you, bro, we can set it up. We can actually set up a hectic event and people would actually watch it. I guarantee you. Who would you fight? For example, if I fight Ramis, who would you fight?
I don't know, man. Who would I fight? I'm not going to...
You need to pick someone that's around, obviously. With me
like
and Ramis...
a TikToker, you mean, specifically?
Maybe like a TikToker, yeah. Someone that's like... Well, if Ramis had a brother, you could have fought him. But I think
don't
he does
know,
have a brother.
what, on that Deji KSI shit?
Yeah,
you mean?
DGK Cybers, like the Ismail brothers versus the Ansari brothers. Fuck, bro, that would go off.
All I'm gonna say is like, let's fucking go, bro.
Nah,
Someone
nah.
set it up.
But you honestly, I feel like everyone should match up against someone that's like equivalent to them, and then like the winner can get like
well,
a
obviously
voucher.
You have to be beginners. Like
That's right.
yeah.
The winner can get like a voucher, like Krispy Kremes or iJuice or something like that,
Yeah,
or some
yeah,
some
something
like
like that.
local area like icon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I think we could set up the event.
I
bro.
reckon people would like to see something like
bro.
that. like-
Honestly,
and
let's
people would
fucking
like
do
to
it.
participate in that.
And
as well.
honestly-
it's a big thing to participate in.
And the main card should be Addispaul versus Luke Owen. That's what I reckon.
yeah,
and
yeah.
then that's like the main event.
That's if they're actually gonna
That's
box.
if
I don't know
they're
if they're
actually
actually
gonna
just
box. I don't
talking
think they're gonna
shit
box.
or they're actually gonna box. Like seriously, just box already. Like why is
Just do it. Just do it. Just bloody do it.
Like
What are
why
you
is
waiting
it?
for?
Why are they always like talking? Just get in there and do it. Set it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, guys, we want to do a quick sponsor for our podcast. I'm joking. We don't have any sponsors.
This podcast
But
is brought to
listen,
you by.
Listen, if you guys want to be sponsored, let us know. We want to get our first sponsor. Obviously, we'd probably be sponsored by someone local from the area or
Yeah,
something.
like
So-
some
Argili.
some Argili thing.
I don't know, man. Whatever you want.
Give us an Argili.
Give us
Like,
an
come on,
Argili.
just give us
Give us some chocolate. Give us
or some
cakes.
vapes. You know,
I get.
typical area thing to
Brother,
do.
typical area thing. We'll probably
Every
get sponsored.
15-year-old now. Bro, that TikTok you made ages ago, that was accurate as fuck.
yeah,
I'm
and then
gonna
they
say.
got the quote at the top, and
Yeah,
then they're
yeah.
like vaping.
That's every.
Bro, I'm telling you, what is it with vaping these days?
I don't know.
Everyone's
Why is it a
vaping.
thing? I don't understand. Well, like when it was those big vapes, I remember for a bit of a stage when I was.
You know what it is, bro? I feel like it's just someone started doing it, and then someone else just started doing it, and then
how did
someone
they
else
sh-
just started doing it,
Yeah,
and then it
like-
just became a trend.
Like, how do these trends start? How
That's
do
what
they
I want to
start?
know. How do these trends start? And especially, not that it started and it's like older people. It probably started with younger people because everyone that's doing it nowadays is under the age of like 15.
Yeah, it's
I'm telling you, it's so weird.
It's just,
Bro, you see him in school clothes, right? You see him in school clothes. You see him coming out of their school bus. Bro, they're vaping. Wallah, they're vaping and they take it in, bro. They inhale. Brother, they hold it in their
bro.
lungs.
Back in my days, it wouldn't be vape. We'd bring freaking footy cards or some shit to school.
What do you mean footy cards, bro? We would actually smoke, but we'd smoke the fads. What do they call them?
Ah,
the yellow sticks.
The
Remember what
fake fucking cigarettes.
the fake cigarettes, the fads.
The
What are they
candy,
called?
the
Fads.
candy,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
candy ones. Nowadays they're vaping, brother. What the hell what has society come to?
I
don't understand how the hell these kids are vaping and how their lungs are taking that capacity of vapes.
Bro, it was on like a current affair or some shit. I remember. I
Bro,
was like-
it's so fucked. And especially the fact that they don't exhale. Cause
Yeah,
wallah,
it's
they'll have a quote and they'll have a song going on and they inhale and I'm like, yalla, where's the exhale? Where's the exhale? They don't exhale,
they
bro.
smoke it like as if it's a bud or something. It's
Bro,
like
they
it's like-
smoke and the bro, you're like, how do these kids? Because the thing with vaping is you're doing it constantly. You're not stopping.
Yeah, no,
And
it's,
they're vaping,
it's
they're
pretty
vaping, they're
bad.
vaping,
It's,
they're vaping.
it's pretty addictive, and I know it fucks your lungs.
They're
Like,
sitting,
I know.
bro. They're sitting there in their room, and you can imagine they're just vaping.
Bro, the amount of TikToks I've seen, like, is it a problem? And then they show a drawer. It's like
Bro,
full
oh
of
my
vapes,
god, I've
filled
seen
with
that.
vapes.
I've seen table.
I mean, yeah, it is a fucking problem. It's like you're
lung
killing
cancer's a
yourself.
problem, isn't it? And they've got a table, bro. I'm telling you, the size of this table, and it's filled with vapes.
Stacked, fucking
It's stacked with vapes. I've seen the one that's like, never mind, I'll find someone like, and it shows all the other vapes, and I'm like,
you're
bro,
not
how do
cool.
they-
You're just like you're killing yourself. Like,
They
it's
have
not- it's
every
not cool.
flavor. Wallah, they've made chocolate flavor. I don't know what flavors they've made. But when we were young, we used to get the chocolate cigarettes come in. Remember chocolate cigarettes?
Oh, the
I remember once,
what they're
I was
called.
young, yeah, I was young. And I bought this like chocolate cigarette. And it was like a packet. It looked like the cigarette packet. And I felt like I was an ad cane. It had like the silver thing that
Yeah,
you
I
take
remember.
out.
I remember. Yeah.
And I got that packet and I took it out. And I'm like, I sat there outside Bankstown Centro. And I would have been like 10, 11 years old. I was young. I was visibly young. And
Yeah.
bro, I'm telling you, people would walk out and they'd look at me like I was crazy. Some people
I know.
actually believed that it was a real cigarette. And
Yeah,
I'm sitting there
man, now
smoking
you
a
have
chocolate
these-
cigarette. Now it's like normal,
like-
bro. You
it's
see
a
a kid,
vape, it's like-
you see a kid vaping, you're like, oh, it's just a normal 12-year-old. Now,
It's
if they don't vape, it's weird.
You're like, oh wow, you're not vaping.
You're like, if they don't, find me a kid that's 13, 14 years old in the area that's not vaping. I'll
You
shake your hand.
you can't.
I'll shake your
You
hand.
can't, you can't.
I'll shake your hand. I wanna
comment.
shake your hand.
If you're 13,
If you're 13 or 14, I don't think we even have 13 or 14-year-olds.
I hope
we
there's not
probably
13.
do.
I hope
We
there's not
probably
13.
do. But if you're 13 and 14 and don't vape, I swear, comment below.
bro, if you're 13 to 17 and you don't vape,
13 to 17, yeah, even up to 17. If you're 13 to 17 and you don't vape, I swear, comment below, and because I don't believe it, I haven't seen it personally. They're all vaping,
Yeah.
bro.
Wait. Should we do something? Comment down below if you like. Other than that, because like, what if they?
All right, if you're still watching, comment.
Because like, what if they're not?
Vaping is harmful.
Yeah, vaping.
Comment. Vaping is harmful.
Vaping is harmful.
All right, because I want to get that out there, and I want the kids that watch this podcast to look at those comments.
See the comments. Oh wow,
And
vaping.
I
is
even want the ones that vape to comment vaping is harmful. 'Cause
And
come
tell
on,
your
bro, it's
parents
harmful.
if you learn and this is educational.
Yeah, bro, this is an educational podcast. You know,
This
you
is an
learn-
educational podcast. All right, you
Why do
learn
you
something
sound like
new.
Superwalk?
I don't know why. Just
Speaking of Superwalk, he got a
his
new
new season.
He's
is
got a new
pretty-
season.
It's pretty good.
We watched the first episode
It's pretty good.
yesterday, and I've
Mr.
got to say,
Superwalk
man,
wannabe. It's pretty good.
I got to say, look, I'm not Superwalk, all right? I'm not Superwalk. I'm the Superwalk wannabe. I'm the Superwalk off Wish. But, man, I know why he's the GOAT. After watching yesterday, and I sort of watched this video, I'm like, bro, this is why this guy is the GOAT. Superwalk is the GOAT
You know,
of comedy in Australia.
No,
And
you
I
know
go
what-
as far as to say he's one of the best
you know
YouTubers
what-
in Australia.
You know what's funny? You know how like you see athletes watch like Usain Bolt. You're like, that's a goat, man. Mahmoud
That's
will
true.
watch fucking
Superwalk
Superwalk.
and call him the
That's
GOAT.
a goat, man. That's a goat.
He's like the
That's a
Michael
goat.
Jordan for me, bro. He's
Yeah.
like the Michael Jordan
I'm
of
like,
Australia.
what do you mean? Like, what is, he's
Bro,
good, obviously, but
They
like,
should make The Last Dance about Superwalk. Honestly, he should have his own
bro,
show.
he should have his own fucking.
He should have his own documentary on
He
how
should have his own. You know how they have Hollywood Walk? They should have
Bro,
one in the
honestly,
city. Theo and Nathan, just the
Bro,
Superwalk.
these
the two
guys
boys.
paved the way. I'm telling you, Nathan and Theo paved the way. And as much as people call me the Superwalk of Wish, call me whatever you want.
I
I'll
love
take
them,
it.
bro.
Wallah, I'll
I
take
love
it.
them.
I'll take it and I'll say I'm proud to be the Superwalk of Wish because this guy paved the way for all of us, bro. And I'm
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna sit here and I could be a disrespectful cunt. I could sit here and say Superwalk shit.
And you know what? You'll get numbers. You'll get
I'll get
views.
numbers.
You'll get-
People would actually find me
By the way,
controversial.
clip this.
Clip this. Superwalk shit. Clip that. But
What do you mean?
He's not shit. But anyway, honestly, Superwalk paved the way for a lot of these comedians. A lot of the comedy that
Bro,
we
he's
do.
an icon. He's an
A
actual
lot of the comedy
icon.
that we do, bro. I'm telling you, Superwalk is an icon of Australia, and anyone that doesn't know Superwalk is not a true Australian. I'll go as far as to say that.
No, he's an Aussie
I'll go as far
icon.
as
You
to
have
say
people
that.
like, for example, him. You got Shooter Williamson, Neil Kolhatka,
You got
Mai Choni, all these guys. They were
That's
the
true.
goats, bro. They were the icons. You know, the YouTube.
they were they started and they paved this
Yeah.
way. Now you got people like us. Obviously Shaq,
Teddy as well. You know,
Shaq,
Teddy.
bro, Shaq, one of the biggest YouTubers. Honestly,
Yeah.
Shaq is going the way he's
Shaq
going,
is
man.
so
He's
good,
gonna
man.
be
I-
far ahead.
I wish they got nothing but success. I love.
and
I love Shaq's-
we keen guys.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away too much, but us and Shaq.
You gonna,
Look.
are you gonna give it away?
I'm not going to give it away. Let's just say we're talking, all right? We're talking. We're having chats about, I don't know what. Oh, people are going to be like, oh, I'm gonna,
Obviously, it's a. It's gonna
what
be
else would we be talking about?
the word that starts with C.
But anyway, all right,
Cunt.
we're in
No, I'm
talks. We're in
joking.
talks. We're in talks. But yeah, what else did you want to talk about?
Well, you want to talk about the topic of catfish?
Oh, yeah. This is a bit controversial, right? This might be my Addis
This
Paul
is a
moment.
convo we had off podcast, and I
This
was
is
like,
a convo we had off podcast. and
podcast material.
A lot of people might take this the wrong way, so I want to say it in a correct way. I want to say it in a way where I'm not offending anyone, because obviously it's 2021. A lot of people are going to be, I'm offended. I identify. All right, I'm not offending anyone. Okay, this is something that I've just noticed, and it could be stating the obvious. All right, because I'm a dumb cunt. I might be stating the obvious, but anyway.
You are?
So with the term catfish, right? I feel like, with all due respect, and there's a lot of girls that aren't catfishers, but I feel like that term literally can only be associated with girls. Why? Don't hear me out. Before you turn off the podcast.
Why
before,
prejudice the females?
Before you call me prejudiced, before you call me sexist, before you call me anything, hear me out. I have met a lot of girls and I've met a lot of guys over my lifetime, right? Every guy that I've met, that I've seen online before I've met him in person, he looks the exact same. I'm telling you everything. Body. Look, I'm not going to body shame. Everything about the guy in terms of facial features, everything looks the same. He looks exactly like how he looks on his Instagram pics.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have never ever seen a catfish guy in my life. And I'll go as far as to say I've never seen a catfish guy in my life. Yeah, I'll say that.
Well, to be honest, now you have those those fucking 14-year-olds that take a photo with the hat like that.
That's different.
That's a catfish, brother.
That's not a catfish. That's
a-
just covering your face.
Yeah, but you can't say what they
they're
are.
not. But they're not putting a photo of themselves
Bro, I hate
claiming
that.
to
I
be
hate
a certain
that.
person.
Like people that go
And-
like that. and just
Yeah,
take a
but
photo.
that's the thing, bro. That's the 14-year-olds these days. I don't
hate
know why
that.
they do
I
that.
hate that. Bro.
Wallah, it's
That
like, let me
triggers
put
me.
the flash on. It's like literally like that, but it's
What,
like
what
the
am I
flash-
looking at? Where is the face?
Why are they doing that?
don't-
You know what? You're right. Like, that could be the new catfish guys, the ones
Yeah.
that actually liked. Bro, I've seen their
Yes, like
photos.
this, like, I'll take a photo like
They'll
that.
take a photo, they'll cover their face.
Can you
It's
see
a
my
straight-
face right now? Can you see
You
my
may
face?
as well wear a balaclava. All right, you may as well balaclava. and they sit there and they take a photo.
Like, be
and then
proud of your face, brother. Be
bro,
proud
the
of your
flash
beautiful
covers
face.
their whole body. Literally, all you see is a flash on the mirror. You just see a flash. Like, what am I looking at, cuz? What am I? Why is there such a thing, though?
I don't understand. I don't
it's like the
understand
new.
either.
Wallah, I don't understand this new generation.
But there's a lot of things I don't understand with
I
this
feel
new
old.
generation.
I feel old. I actually feel old. Anyway,
We're
let me get
talking
back
like
to
we're
what I'm
old.
talking. I'm talking like I'm 50, bro. But I'm 24, but I'm
maybe
getting
we
old.
should take it easy on these young.
You know what? They're the future of this country, of this whole world. So like,
we might be fucked, but we never
might be
know.
fucked.
We never
But anyway, so what I was trying to say was like I've never seen a guy catfish because guys are just you see is what you get. But obviously with girls, rightfully so, there's a lot of makeup. They can use a lot of makeup. They use a lot of Facetune. They can use a lot of Photoshop. All right, and with guys. It's different. Like with girls, it's so much easier to be a catfish. I just feel that. Am I saying something
I feel
wrong?
like this is. Can I give my 2 cents? This
Yeah.
is like the opinion I have. It's like the makeup equates to like the guys' haircuts and like beards and shit like that. That equates. That's fine. Makeup's fine.
No,
But
I don't agree with that.
listen.
I
if
don't
you're-
agree with that.
If you're putting makeup and you're putting a filter and you're photoshopping your photos, that's catfish.
That's true.
That's bad.
That's true.
Like that's
maybe
that's,
a lot of girls will start saying a guy
makeup's fine.
shave
Oh, no,
your beard.
sorry, that's fine. The makeup's
but
fine.
listen.
Because what? No,
No.
we get our hair cut. We fix our beards and we take a photo. Do we look like that all the time?
No, we don't. But the beard is natural. The beard is natural. The beard is something that grows naturally on. If you're a girl, grow a beard. No one's telling you not to grow a beard.
No, please don't.
No, please don't grow a beard.
We're not prejudiced, but
No, but seriously, if you're a guy and you have a beard, right? I have a beard. I haven't
It
shaved
is-
my...
it is natural, you
Wallah,
know,
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
shaved my beard in about 4 years. 3 or 4 years, easily.
Yeah,
I haven't
same.
shaved my beard in 4 years
Same,
because
same.
I don't look good without a beard. All right? But that's not catfish. Why is that not catfish? Because it's a natural part of my body. It's like saying...
But we give them that. We can give them that leeway, like the makeup. You know, I'll give them like obviously not fucking
Yeah, but not
overdoing
fucking
it. Overdoing
Krusty
it.
the Clown.
Yeah,
not
no,
Krusty
like-
the Clown.
a bit of makeup. Yeah,
A little bit of
it's
makeup.
fine. It's fine. But
Like,
like
I don't...
makeup and editing
Girls,
and
but girls
filters,
don't understand how attractive it is to be natural. Even if you don't look as good,
That's true.
I'll go as far as to say, even if you don't look as good as with makeup, just go natural. I swear to God, the natural look, nothing is more attractive than the natural look. You know, freckles. You know, like birthmarks and like all this, like like scratches and pimples and acne. I'm telling you that is actually attractive. Like it might only be me. Look, it might other guys might.
Are
say,
you just saying that, or you just like?
I'm not saying that. Wallah, I'm not becoming Drake, or I'm not a simp. But I'm telling you, the natural look is so much better. And I don't know why the girls want to be a catfish.
I don't understand
Why,
either.
why
It's
do
like-
they think? But why do they think they can get away with it? That's what I don't understand. Like,
I
why
don't
do they
know.
sit there and
I
say,
don't know.
"Now I want to look like this on my Instagram"? But eventually, if you want to meet a guy, the guy is going to meet you in person. So how much are you going to
Like
keep
you
that
can't.
up?
Yeah, you can't just keep.
That's what's scary.
You
though.
have to. You have to have at least one natural.
I'm telling you, you can't
Photo or
put all
something.
your photos and it creates this like unachievable sort of body image that other girls will look at and be like, "Oh my God, I need to look like this to be attractive." It's ruining fucking social media, and I'm telling you,
It
it's
is. It
ruining.
is. It is.
Like,
Now, what triggers me is when girls like edit their photos as well. Like you're gonna sit there and editing your body to like sculpt this thing.
Not
that
only
you're just
that,
not.
like,
You're not that.
the
Why-
make, yeah, and even the face filters, bro. I feel like face filters.
Yeah, like
Why are they a thing, bro? Why?
girls, we're not bagging.
We're
you
not
out.
bagging anyone
please,
out. We're not
please,
bagging
don't
anyone
click
out.
off- Please don't click off the podcast. Subscribe.
You
while
know
you're at
what?
it.
They would have clicked off already
Subscribe.
because we talked about the boxing at the
Oh,
start. So-
Just a little promo, guys. Please go to our Instagram right now, the Lebbie Podcast, and hit the follow button and like
yeah, on the
our
Lebbie podcast.
reels, and there will be clips there.
Anyway, what was I saying? So the
I don't know
girls,
what you were saying.
bro, the girls, all right, they have that catfish ability, but what scares me is the catfishing is getting worse.
It is,
Bro, these face filters are getting worse. And I'm telling you, eventually, this is what's going to happen in 10, 20 years' time. The girl that you talk to for about whatever it is until you meet her
Yeah.
is going to be a completely different person. I'm telling you, completely different. Like, bro, I'm telling you.
You know who I blame? You know who I blame for this? For this
Who?
catastrophic thing that we're experiencing now?
What?
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Snapchat
Snapchat started the filters.
Started and created this whole fucking filter thing.
But you know what? The Snapchat
Without Snapchat,
filters-
there wouldn't have been filters.
That's true.
I'll go as far to say
That's
that.
true. But the problem is the Snapchat filters. The thing is, the Snapchat filters initially they weren't that bad. It was that dog.
No, but they
was
started
that dog
it with
thing.
that dog one, and then
Yeah,
they
but it
then
wasn't
they
that
done
bad.
the then
You
one
can-
that
you can
removes
still-
all the acne and shit.
You can
Then
still
they-
sort of see what the girl looks like.
but that
But
started
now
it. That's
it's
what
like
started it.
beauty mode. It's like beauty mode. It's like Facetune. You can fucking edit your fucking cheekbones, bro.
Like, who would have thought if I told you like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, there's going to be filters. There's going to be you can able to change your face and this and that.
Bro, it is getting so scary.
Before
like,
it was just
you
like,
are
yep,
not.
that's a selfie. Yep, I'll post that. If you see selfies from what fucking 10 years ago, they're pretty embarrassing.
You know what though? You know what? You know what's weird though?
What?
Talking about all this, all these filters and that. If you look at photos from like the 1960s and the 1950s and the 1940s, black and white, people looked good. A lot of people look good. Why do they look good though?
Because black and white doesn't show everything.
That's true. So there was filters back then, but in a different way. So if you think about
Unintentional filters.
if you think about it, the best time to know exactly how a person looked was just when cameras came out. So what I'm talking about is like early 2000s.
Like if you look at I saw in one of my oldest Instagram profiles. I cringed so hard, bro. I looked at the photos.
Different. It's a different
It was
story.
like this. It was a selfie with me doing like that. What the fuck am I
It's
doing?
a different story because back then there was not much filters. But if you if you go to Facebook, right, and go on someone's profile, go back to their photos from like 2012, 2011, 2010.
Yeah.
You would see their actual self because there was not much filters back then. And I think that was the best time
That's true, yeah.
to know how someone looked.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
How long has it been since I've taken a selfie? Guys don't really take selfies.
We don't. I don't.
I've just made the
The
observation.
only,
I can't imagine myself just going like that and then putting a selfie.
you know what? Guys don't take selfies.
I just realized that.
You're right.
Guys
I've never seen a guy take a selfie. Wait, if they do, they're kind of imports or they're a weed cunt.
Like, why am I not just going right now? Yep. I'll post
That is weird though. That is
I've
actually
never-
weird. I've never seen that.
put a selfie. No, I've never posted a selfie.
I just think that guys just don't take photos like that in general. Like what guys do in the area, all they do is take a photo like standing like that with their boys.
I hate that. To be honest, like, I hate the typical stances we do. Like,
Why do they do this though? Why do they do this?
what the fuck? Are they shorts or fucking underpants?
wearing shorts.
Are you sure?
That was a bit of MA15 plus content there.
Are you wearing fucking shorts?
No,
or
it's
underpants?
shorts. But
Oh
like,
my
I
God.
just wanted to show them how the guy
18
looked.
plus guys.
Honestly, the guys, bro. Why do they do this? What is this? Like, what are they? Like, is that in case they get
bro?
kicked in the nuts?
You always do this stance whenever you take.
Oh, bro. No, it's like this. It's the thumbs
sorry,
up.
this one.
I'm telling you, the best go-to in a group photo is the thumbs up. Otherwise,
Bro,
what do you do? What do you
use
do?
that for every single
What
photo.
other
I don't
other
know
way?
why.
Or if someone takes a photo with me, like, because
just
apparently
like-
I'm a little bit
just
famous,
stand.
but if someone takes a photo with me, I'm always doing this. I don't know. The thumbs up is like, it's a
Guys,
good gesture.
if you see him, he gets awkward. If you see him in
I
public,
feel like
approach him and tell him I want to take a photo. I love to see how awkward he gets whenever
it is so awkward.
whenever they
It is so
approach him.
bloody
Go
awkward.
out of your way to approach him and take a photo.
Anyway, I want to talk about. Look, I've bagged the new generation a lot, but another thing that they do that pisses me off is this podcast turning into like just bagging the new generation.
I don't know. I don't
'Cause
understand.
honestly, look, our generation wasn't any better, bro. We done the mannequin challenge, all right. If you don't know what the mannequin, you probably do actually. That's not
Bro,
that
no,
old.
come on, man. Like our trends.
We done the ice bucket challenge, bro. We literally what we used to do was throw ice on ourselves. Now kids are vaping. How did that turn into that?
If you look at it, there's like a timeline that was like ice bucket, vaping.
How the hell did
How does that
how
connect?
does ice bucket challenge and like RuneScape turn into vaping? I don't get it. How does that work?
How does like fucking Minecraft turn into like fucking Fortnite?
How does Yoville on Facebook turn into vaping?
Oh, Yoville, bro. If you had a match, if you
Bro,
played
Yoville was one of the throwbacks. But
The
anyway,
bed- the chair on the bed.
another thing is, bro, kids these days,
fuck.
they love commenting first, all right? And if you obviously know what I mean. First is the weirdest
triggers
thing
me.
you can actually comment. Why? Because when I was 13 and when I was 12, the best thing to get first was coming first in the athletics carnival. So basically coming first in a 100-meter race.
Bro, if you
That
had
was
that
first back then.
if you had that blue ribbon,
Oh, if
you
you
know
had
what I'm
that
talking
blue
about,
ribbon?
that blue ribbon, you
Bro.
were like top shit. You were like the best guy in the school.
Honestly,
like,
I
popular.
got that blue ribbon once and I swear to God, I thought I was Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
I started calling myself Mahmoud Bolt.
I'll go as far to say as blue ribbon, popular.
Popular. That's what I'm saying. That blue ribbon is
blue ribbon.
untouchable unless you're fast, unless you're fucking fast.
I have heaps stashed,
But that was the thing
stashed
back
in my
then.
drawer. Like,
Let me get to my
100%.
point. That was the thing back then. That was the first back then. Nowadays, what the first is commenting first on someone's TikTok. Why are they so excited about it? Why does that? Why
And
is
no,
that?
you know what I've seen.
It's
that's
the
funny?
biggest achievement as first now.
I've seen someone say first on your post before and tag someone to show that they were first.
Bro,
And I was like,
I'm telling ya, why is it
Okay.
such an achievement to be first to comment? I seriously don't understand it. If you're watching this video, comment below. Why is it good to be first? What do you get out of it? Like, is there someone out there that literally has like a Hall of Fame of like screenshots all the times he's been first?
Right, yeah.
Is there like a challenge among the young kids nowadays?
There's a lot of things I don't understand, but that's one thing I completely
There's two things
do
that
understand.
these kids are competing with. Who can have the most disposable vapes and who can have the most first comments? I'm telling you, what else are they doing these days?
I've seen
What else are they doing?
I've seen a Lebo, like 15 years old, TikTok, and he opens his drawer. It's one of those songs. I forgot which song it was.
Never mind,
the Lil TJ one. Skit down on my skit.
Dancing my wrist
And then he opens the drawer, skit down.
Oh
and then it's
my
like the
God,
whole
and the
vape
whole
thing.
thing's
And then
a
the
vape.
guy, all these guys are commenting, bro, sick cunt, fucking mad cunt. And I'm sitting there like,
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. And I'm telling you what it is trends, bro. It goes back to trends. It's always a trend.
Yeah.
Everything is
I
a
don't
trend.
understand.
Even the way we dress now, like as Arabs and as Lebos, why are we so obsessed with like designer clothes?
I don't understand.
Why do we have to dress as like, why do I feel like, I wouldn't say insecure, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'll be judged if I don't wear designer brands. Why
Yeah.
do we have, when did we go from
Like, why can't I go to the corner shop, like,
wearing Kmart? Why did we go from bloody fucking wearing Everlast and Lonsdale like Johnny Malacca still does? Why do we go from that?
that
to-
guy's an icon, bro. Johnny
Malacca is still dressing up like he's from the 2000s, early 2000s. And Johnny Malacca's an icon because he stayed and he didn't fall into trends. He's not a sheep. Nowadays, everyone, brother, look, honestly, I don't wear Nike anymore, cuz. I wear Louis Vuitton, brother.
Bro,
I wear Balmain. I wear Kenzo, cuz. Why is it always Kenzo? Why is it always Balmain? Why did they
Givenchy.
ruin
Why
these
is it
brands?
always- did I pronounce it right? Givenchy?
Fendi. Like, why does it have to be
Fendi.
a brand? I'm
I
telling
don't
you, why does it have
understand,
to?
bro. You're asking me. I don't understand either. I'm in the same boat.
Do you
I
think
don't
the
understand either.
Italian designers sat there and honestly designed these clothes for a Lebo to wear it to do bags at the Meritons?
That look good on a label?
This would look good on the Lebo HK
Was that,
from the
what
area.
was that accent? I don't even know what I just done. But yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like this would look good on the.
Is
the
that
Lebo-
Italian? Is that Italian?
I don't know, bro.
sort of.
I'm shit at accents, all right. But do you think the designers actually sat there and designed this stuff? for
No,
Lebo
fuck
HKs?
no. Like,
no, they didn't.
No way. No.
Bro, these were on like fashion models, not a guy with a fade and a beard from the area.
The Italian designer designed it to be on like fucking the princess of England.
Why
or some
can't we?
shit.
Why
It's
can't
like-
we go back to normalizing? Why can't we go back to normalizing wearing like Kmart or like Everlast or Lonsdale? All right, look,
Bro,
I don't want to go back to Lonsdale.
What were
'cause
the
fuck that.
trends, bro? What were the trends in like our days? For example, we had Vans and stuff. Like a lot of people used to.
Yeah,
wear
we used
Vans.
to. Bro, we were at the shops recently.
Chucks
Yeah?
and
We were at
Converse and
Birkenhead.
stuff,
We were
yeah.
at Birkenhead Point outlet, which is a shopping center. It was one of the nicest shopping centers actually
Yeah.
on the water.
Yeah.
We were at that shopping center and there was a lot of sales, right? This is how you know the trends are just becoming crazy, because we went down to that bottom level, the Converse shop, and there's the Nike shop. I'm
Right
telling
next to
you,
each
the
other, right
line,
next to each other.
the line for the Nike shop was, I kid you not, about 1 kilometer long. I'm not even
Bro,
joking.
It was literally to the start of the shopping center. It was so
Bro,
long.
It did not end.
It was so long.
It did not end. And then you look
And
at
it
the
wouldn't
Converse
move.
shop.
It wouldn't move.
It wouldn't move. Because I wanted to get something and I'm like, I'm not going to buy Converse because no one else has Converse. Because of trends.
Like why can't we just walk into the Converse and like, yep, I want those shoes. I want
Because
that
no one
Converse
wears
shirt.
Converse. We love trends, bro. That's how we are. We're sheep. We just want to copy what everyone
What
wears.
are we going to be wearing 10 years from now? That's what I'm curious about.
I'm telling you, 10 years from now, probably Givenchy and Fendi and Louis
Like,
Vuitton.
it's the weirdest shit,
Imagine
like-
they become like the Everlast and Lonsdale. That would be so weird.
But
I'm telling you, they'll come
be
up with
like,
new shit.
Gucci? You're wearing Gucci? What the fuck?
And I'm
Where's
telling
that?
you, we walked into the Converse shop. No one was in there. Everyone was in the
It
Nike
was-
shop.
You know when you see the haystack?
Crickets, bro. It was crickets.
It was completely empty.
It was literally just crickets everywhere. And that's what I'm saying. Why is everything becoming a trend? Like, why do we have to copy?
Oh
each
yeah,
other?
you know another point on that is like I was walking in that shopping center that you said. I stopped and I was looking everywhere. Bro, it was all North Face jackets. It was like
I know.
everyone.
Why? See, now North Face is the freaking.
And I was like,
trend.
oh, this might actually be a good jacket. It looks good. I went into the North Face, $400.
Not only that, bro. Not only that, it's a nice jacket. Yeah, it's a nice puffer jacket. Every Lebo is wearing it now. Every
Yeah,
head
I know,
is
I
wearing
know.
it.
It was that bad. I was looking for someone that wasn't wearing a North Face jacket.
We went to that shopping center. I swear to you, because of the trend, everyone was wearing it.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is who starts these trends. Which Lebo goes out there and goes,
don't know, I
brother,
don't
you
know.
know what? No one buys North Face, so I might get a North Face puffer jacket and see how I look in it. He
And then
buys
they're
it.
like,
His
oh,
mate
he's
buys
wearing
it.
North Face. Oh,
His
yeah.
mate buys it.
He's wearing North Face.
This guy buys it.
Just
The
like,
other guy buys it. And
just
everyone starts buying
goes.
it. And then before you know it, JD, the North Face shop itself doesn't have it. And it's a nice jacket, bro. It's a nice jacket. I wanted to get it.
It's unfortunate. But yeah, someone had a question on your TikTok live.
Yeah.
Last time we were TikTok live is like, can you talk about on the podcast the most dodgiest thing you've seen in the area?
The dodgiest thing I've seen in the area.
You have
know
one
what?
and I have one.
I have one. Yeah, I have. I have a
You
weird
start.
one, man. Look, to be honest with you, this was a random night. I was out and I was coming home late. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I was a bit hungry. So I'm like, you know what? I'll get Macca's. But the thing with me is when I get Macca's late at night, for some reason, I don't want to tell my mum and I don't want my family to know that I got Macca's. So what I do is I grab the drive-through and I just eat it in a random street.
That's
Sounds
such
weird.
a vibe. Such
It's a vibe. It's like
I've
late
done
at
that
night.
before. I've done it.
It's actually a vibe. Like you sit there in your car, you kick back, you eat your whatever, you fillet of fish or whatever you
It's
order.
the best meal. Always
And you honestly, and usually I get something small. So I think I get like a fillet of fish because like it's small and it's like quick and stuff like that. So I'm sitting there. I grabbed my meal because it was late at night as well. And I was like, fuck, bro, I don't want mum to see this Macca's. I drive into a random dark street. And this was in Bankstown. I'm sitting there in my car and I'm eating the Macca's, right? Before you know it, a sus white van pulls up in front of me.
White van.
Like, not right in front
I
of me.
feel like
but
every
like-
white van is just like.
it was sus, bro.
Sus.
And I thought I'm going to get kidnapped. I don't know why I thought I'm going to get kidnapped. I thought something was going to happen.
Wait, how late was this?
This is like 11 o'clock at night, something like that.
pretty
So
late.
this van parks about 2 cars in front of me. Not right in front of me, but like close enough for me to see like actually like it's right there.
Yeah.
So they park up. 2 guys get out of this van. They had fades and they had a beard. You can obviously tell.
Yeah.
They get out of this van, both of them at the same time. They go into the back of this van, and this van was empty at the back. I couldn't really see; it was dark.
2 Lebos going in the back of a van.
They went into the back of a van. They opened the van. They jumped
What
into the
the
van.
That doesn't
And then
sound sus
I
at all.
didn't see him. I didn't see him. I ate. I finished my meal.
What if
I
they
went
were
on my
vaping?
phone. I was like, what's going on? I went on my phone. 15 minutes later, they come out of the back of the van, get in the car, and drive off.
Was it like that, or was it?
And drive off. And
Was there any
you could imagine what they were doing. It could have been anything. I'm telling you, it could have been anything. And I mean anything. And honestly, I didn't want to know what they were doing. But yeah, that's one of the dodgiest things. And I'm just like, what the fuck just happened?
Was there a gesture they done when they came out? Was there like something that stood out? That was like,
No, they just looked normal.
just like,
They just looked so
Yep.
normal.
we just went in the back of the van, nothing happened. Just get in.
I
and
don't know
drive
what they
home.
were doing because it was one of those roads where it was like a bit closed off.
Mm.
It was a road where no one really goes.
Yeah,
It was very like quiet. It was a quiet road.
quite pretty sus. That's
You
a
could
pretty-
make what you want out of that. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I'm
pretty
just gonna,
dodgy. That's a pretty.
It's
dodgy
pretty
thing.
dodgy.
But yeah, let me tell you about my story. So this
You
is
had I was there. I think at
this
your
is the
story as well.
dodgiest thing I've seen and I've witnessed personally.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're at a wedding. I think it was. I can't remember. One of our mates had a wedding, and the wedding finished. You know, it was a mad wedding. We came out, and we were talking. We are just talking outside after the wedding. You know, outside the reception thing, whatever you call it. We're just standing there talking. And then this import he looked a bit drunk. Like he's an import guy, but he's like Arab. Like his accent's clearly Arab. He's like he's pronouncing
He
words. but
pronounced everything
He's
wrong.
bottling
I was there.
every possible pronunciation. Like it'll be like Louis Vuitton. It'll be like
No, but tell him
Louis-
why he was saying that. Tell him why.
But yeah, like no. He approached me and he's like he's trying to sell me something. He's obviously trying to sell me something. He's like in a dodgy way. He's like telling me, come, let's go. I'll sell you.
The thing is, he was trying to sell him something, but he didn't have the product on him.
no, he's like, come, I'll sell you something. He's like,
He goes, "Ta al pub,"
it's like تعال معاي على البub.
which
And
means
he's like,
come with me to the pub.
عندي لويس فيتون Gucci
Gucci,
Givenchy
Givenchy.
Jarbanchi. What the fuck?
The funniest
He
one
is
was
bottling at this point.
The funniest one was, you know how we say Louis Vuitton? He's like Louis Vuitton. Louis
he was
Vuitton.
He was bottling like even like Gucci. How's that? How
hard
hard,
to say
how
Gucci.
hard is it to pronounce?
He's like Gucci.
Gucci. Or
He's
you
like
mean
Gucci
Gucci the
beach.
beach? I was like Gucci the beach.
He's like Gucci. He's like Gucci.
No, and this is where I was like,
Oh, this was the weird
but at
part.
that point I was like, it was a bit funny. I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, all right, it's funny. I'm obviously not gonna go with this guy because it's dodgy.
Yeah,
ways.
we're just like, guys.
But then he's like,
let's get away.
then
from
he's
him.
like gesturing me like I got jumpers. He's like touching me. He's like
He started touching him. I'm like, what
like,
the hell?
okay.
All right, wait,
I was
relax, brother. All
I
right,
was like,
listen.
okay, yeah, whatever. And then
Calm
he's
down.
like, then he like reaches down to my belt area.
Well,
and I was
what's
like-
around his belt?
Listen, that's a no-go zone for me. As soon as, brother, if you're a guy and you reach down there on a Lebo, expect to be slapped, and that's exactly what I've done.
And he slapped him.
I gave him a. I didn't want to punch him because then if I punch
He
him,
gave
it's like,
him a
it's
slap.
too much.
I'm
I gave him
telling
like
I
a
was in
stockton
shock.
Slap.
I was in shock.
I just gave him like a slap. Like,
bro,
what the fuck are you doing?
The
Like,
thing
then-
is, the guy didn't. He got close, but he didn't actually grab you. He got close,
no, but he was like he
kinda
was
weird.
reaching. He was like that. Like he's like reaching.
He went down like this. He actually reached.
And I was like,
And then-
what the fuck? It was just like a.
And
I didn't
you
know what
s-
happened.
You connected him.
Yeah, it
you
was,
connected
it was
him.
like a movie. It was like it's just like a split second.
I literally, I just stood still. I'm like, what?
I felt in that moment, I felt like my hand just done the work. Like I didn't even. It was just like
And he was shocked as well. He
And
looked
he
at
was
you. He's like, what? And you're like, what? Don't touch me. And then he's like, belt.
and then he clicked to me. It was like
He was looking
he's
at your
trying
belt.
to sell me a belt. He's trying to show me
trying
that
to-
he was selling me a
That's
belt.
your belt.
But how are you going to reach down to someone's belt area that you've never met before?
That was so weird. I'm telling you,
Is
that
that
was
isn't
one of
that
the
dodgy?
weirdest
That's
things.
sus. But
That was
yeah,
one
I
of the weirdest
slapped him.
things.
If you're wondering if I've ever
You stalked and slapped him.
gave a Stockton slap.
So kids these days, everything is easier for them in terms of tech,
Hmm.
in terms of like phones and stuff.
They're very tech savvy now. Like you see a 2-year-old like easily browse to YouTube and just watch a video like it's nothing.
Bro, it amazes me how these 2-year-olds can literally, some of them can't even say a word, but they can tell you how to go on YouTube, subscribe to the Lebbie, comment something below, and share to the family on WhatsApp.
By the way, subscribe to the Lebbie.
By the way, subscribe to the Lebbie. But they'll
So,
do
yeah.
that. The 2-year-olds will do that.
Yeah,
The things
like-
that we had to work for back in the days, I'm telling you, we had to work for shit, right?
Bro.
And what I mean by that is back in these days, bro, there's so many like ways you can get music on your phone, or you can get. Like,
Bro, there's
you
so
know,
many
songs and stuff.
subscriptions. It's like I lost count. There's Netflix, Spotify,
Just
Stan, all
YouTube.
this stuff.
Just YouTube in itself is cracker. All right, just YouTube in
Yeah,
itself.
like YouTube's like it's crazy. Like you can access a video straight away. But we had YouTube as well nowadays. Like to be fair,
We did no, but not when we were that age. I had a Nokia phone, right? I had a phone.
no, I'm
a
saying
Nokia.
there was access to YouTube.
There was,
Not
there
like
was,
We
but
had
on
it like
laptops,
in
it
our
wasn't
lap-
on-
in
it
our
wasn't-
pocket.
It
No.
wasn't in the pocket.
No.
But I had a Nokia brick phone. I still remember this. It was the first phone I ever got. I must have been in like year 8, year 9.
Oh,
whatever
you
it
remember
was.
back in the Ericsson days? The Sony Ericsson. for
Sony
those-
Ericsson back
For
then?
those of you that don't know, is like the equivalent of like an iPhone. What is it? 12
12,
now?
yeah, yeah. It
Is
was
that the
like
latest one?
It was like the
12 Pro?
latest iPhone.
Like everyone was
Sony
like,
Ericsson
you
was
have the
crazy.
Ericsson, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, it was crazy. Bro, no one, I don't think these kids know these days the effort that we had to go to actually send someone. Like we had to Bluetooth. Bro, those were the days. You had to actually Bluetooth someone a song.
Yeah,
Right?
bro. You want to tell them the story?
Let's tell them the story.
Oh my
But
god.
you had to actually Bluetooth someone a song.
Yeah.
And a lot of the songs that I had, because I had this Nokia brick phone.
No, you had
I
to
never-
literally record the song. Like you had to play
what
it
I
and
had to
record
do
it.
was my dad or like someone would put the song on in the car, and what I had to do was I actually had to grab my freaking Nokia brick phone and record it from the player.
There wasn't Spotify like
There was
yeah,
no
yeah.
Spotify.
Just
bro.
search
There
it
was
up
no
or
such thing as Spotify.
Shazam it, then go to Spotify. No,
No
there
Shazam.
wasn't that.
There was nothing. I used to actually record it on my brick phone.
We're like, shut up, everyone,
Shut up! I'm recording the song, and I record the song, and then so one time we had this. One of our family friends actually, he's probably watching this as well, so he probably knows what we're about to talk about.
He will crack up right now if he's listening.
He will crack up laughing. But we had this song. We had this song, like there was a song called Club Can't.
Club can't even handle.
Club
me,
Can't
I
Even
know.
Handle, and that was by Flo Rida.
That was
And-
that
and
was a shit.
That
back
was
then.
in back then. That was one of the songs that was in back then. So what I did was, this guy came over, my family friend came over, and we're like to him, oh bro, we got this song on our phone. He's like, yeah, Bluetooth it to me, bro, Bluetooth it to me. We're like, yeah, no worries, bro, Bluetooth it. But the thing is, what we done with that song was it wasn't actually Flo Rida. It was me. I sat there and I recorded myself. I'm like, you know I know how the club
No,
can't
it was
even
me and
handle
him.
me right
It
now.
was literally me and him singing, watching me. I don't even know the words of it. Club can't even.
Bro,
handle.
that was so funny because
Hey, bro,
I specifically remember recording that part. And then he's like, bro, he had to actually wait for us to Bluetooth him the whole song. And he's sitting there waiting for the Bluetooth. And then the look on his face when he actually got the song and he pressed play. You know I know how the
disappointment
club
was like-
can't even handle me right.
He just looked at us like,
And he looked at us like, what the fuck? And we're like, bro, come on, that's what you
Oh,
get.
bro.
That's what you get.
you had. But that's literally what we used to record.
That was
songs.
the troubles that we had to go through, man. We had to actually record songs from the actual phone.
It was fucked. But
It was
yeah.
fucked. But you know what? There were simpler days, man. Nowadays, it's all about vaping and commenting first.
Literally, it's the weirdest trends now and the weirdest yeah.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
So
Should we wrap up or should we talk about more shit? Because
I want to get into one thing before we
Yeah.
wrap up. Yeah. So let's we'll get to a sports segment. You know how we usually have that sports segment.
Yeah, true.
So in the length of time that like since our last podcast, obviously we had Mayweather fight Logan
We had
Paul.
Mayweather versus Logan Paul. We look, to be honest with you, going into that fight, I thought that obviously anyone, even people that don't know shit about boxing, know that obviously Mayweather was going to fuck him up.
Yeah, it's just the obvious
But
approach.
there's a lot of people that watched the fight and were like, it was a shit fight. I disagree. I disagree that it was a shit fight because I think that the way they were hugging, right, the way that Logan Paul was fighting was good and it worked for him to survive the 8 rounds. Obviously, the reason why he was hugging Floyd Mayweather and the reason why he was putting that weight is because he had how much? 25 pounds?
Yeah,
30 pounds?
it's easy for you to say like, oh, he was hugging, but like go in there with a person that's like 50-0.
Going in there
do
with
you
Floyd
beat?
Mayweather, who is single-handedly the best defensive boxer.
How do you
if
beat
not-
someone that's like 50-0? How?
If not the
How?
best boxer of all time.
Yeah, like
There's an argument to say he's the best boxer of all time.
I certainly think he's the,
I think he is because obviously he's the fighter in our
he's
time.
the
But
best
people
defensive
that had
fighter easily.
easy, 100%. And the people that say Mike Tyson was the greatest of all time, the people that say Muhammad Ali was the greatest of all time, fair play to him.
Yeah.
That's the person that they saw.
But I
That's
feel
the
like-
GOAT that they grew up with.
Yeah, with those boxers, you have people that are great in their own way, but you have Mayweather who is just great defensively. He's just
Defensively.
the best defensive
The
fighter
best
I have ever
defensive
seen.
boxer.
You obviously have
ever.
Canelo right now, like he's very good defensively.
Nah, bro.
But Mayweather is just for
Mayweather's
me,
on another level.
best
He's on
defensive
another
fighter.
level.
IQ and defensive, the best.
But yeah, I think that Logan Paul done well. And I think that, like going in there 8 rounds across the board with the greatest defensive boxer of all time is an achievement in itself.
Yeah, like you can look at it as he hugged Mayweather for 8 rounds, or you can look at it as he survived with the
Mayweather for 8
best
rounds.
boxer for 8 rounds. One of the best
Conor
boxers
McGregor.
ever.
Conor McGregor, he didn't survive the whole fight. All right, to be fair, it was a longer fight, but he
10
didn't
ounce
survive.
gloves, but yeah,
10 ounce gloves as
Yeah.
well, but he didn't survive. Look, I reckon Logan Paul done well, and I think just the fact that he got the fight with Floyd Mayweather, just that fact,
yeah.
the fact that someone that has been boxing for 2 or 3 years, a social media influencer, got a fight with the greatest boxer of all time, that in itself is a win.
But you know what else? Yeah, other than that, it was good. It was a good thing to watch. It was like, for me, it was interesting. But other than that, I was thinking like after that fight, I was sitting there thinking like how weird does it sound for like the older generation looking at that Mayweather versus Logan Paul? For them, it would have been like, for example, Muhammad Ali versus John Travolta. That would have been. That would have been like, what the
some actor.
what the fuck are you
Like,
talking
picture
about?
that,
Get out of here.
Picture that back then. No one would understand.
Nah,
the
it'll be
fact
like-
that this social media influencers and clout people are like right now. If Logan Paul goes and fights Dwayne the Rock Johnson, I wouldn't even be surprised.
No, like I'm
would
not
not be
surprised.
surprised.
Or if you tell me Canelo's going to fight some YouTuber, at this point
I
I'll be
would
like,
not be surprised.
I'm not
telling
surprised.
You, that's
literally.
the state of boxing.
The clout and the money
that's
right
the
now.
thing.
It's like
what is clout? What is the difference between clout and fame? What is the difference between clout and fame? Clout is social media based. It's
Yeah.
just based on followers, based
you
on
can
likes,
have
based on
fame, but
subscribers.
you can't have clout.
That's true.
But you can have clout and have fame.
That's true.
That's what
you
I
can
think,
have
yeah.
clout, but no. If you have clout, you have fame. If you have
That's what I'm
fame, you
saying.
don't necessarily have
That's
clout.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
That's what you're
saying.
trying to say, yeah. And 100%. And that's the thing. Clout these days is so important. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, clout is so important.
Clout is what drives a lot of things. these days. It's
Mayweather
like-
could have fought anyone else. He could have fought Canelo.
yeah.
He could have fought anyone. He could have fought anyone. He chose.
He could have
Logan
fought
Paul.
an actual boxer, but
Why
like,
did he choose Logan Paul?
because
Because
he's
of
a
the
money.
clout.
He's a very Mayweather's very intelligent. Whether all these memes like he can't read, like he's an intelligent guy, obviously in terms of
to
money.
not only that, to be the best defensive
Yeah.
boxer in the world,
He's
you got to have some
intelligent in
IQ.
his own way, like 100%.
100%.
And there's one way his intelligence, which is defensive fighting, but his other intelligence is his money. When he does business decisions, he's very smart with that. He's not going to fight. He's not going to go out there and fight Canelo right now. He's not. He's
No,
just
he
not.
won't, he won't.
Or he would fight a guy that's not a boxer but make the same money.
That's
Why
true.
not?
That's true.
Or more
Because
money.
clout is so important. And I feel like boxing is this new wave form of this clout being sort of put out there.
Yeah.
It's showing boxing in these all of these events, like for example Jake Paul, for example KSI, who's I don't know, he hasn't fought for a while, but when he fights again, all these people that are massive social media influencers with a massive social media presence, they're attracting all these people that don't know shit about boxing, have never watched boxing in their life. I'll put my hand up as one of them. I've never watched boxing in my life until these YouTubers started boxing. I'm not gonna lie.
I've watched boxing before.
Yeah,
But
you have, but you haven't followed it properly.
I don't know. I don't follow it like I follow the MMA, UFC. Like it's different.
That's true.
I
Like, you don't follow it properly.
I've watched every UFC event since like
Yeah, me too. I'll sit there and say I've watched
last
UFC
3
events
years,
as well.
last 2 years. Like I've watched every event.
But the thing is, the YouTubers now are just attracting all these younger kids, all this younger generation. That boxing was sort of, I wouldn't say it's dying out, but it was heading down a wrong path.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see the audience for boxing, the average age now, compared to like 10 years ago.
100% it's changed. 100%
Compared to 10 years ago.
100% it's changed.
Yeah.
That YouTuber versus TikTok boxing event. What did you think of that?
I enjoyed it, to be honest, because like
I think it was a great
You know
event.
why it was good? It's because you have these people that they don't really know the consequences of boxing, so
That's
they're
true.
just gonna go out there and go.
That's true.
I'm gonna go
It
go
was-
crazy. Like
a lot
that,
of
man.
it was no skill.
It was
but
fucking
that's why it was
entertaining.
fun. It was
yeah,
so
it was
fun.
really entertaining. I'm
Very
not gonna lie,
entertaining.
it was entertaining.
Well, it was entertaining, but there was obviously one upset that
Yeah, bro.
Deji. Look, honestly, Deji, I was so asking, bro. We were gutted. We were
I wanted to
fucking
cry.
gutted.
Like, I
We-
literally could have cried. That's
Oh,
how
I
pissed
could
I
have
was.
cried.
I was so pissed.
Seriously, I teared up, man. Like, come on, man. You're fighting someone like Vinny Hacker, right? You're fighting someone like Vinny, who's never fought before. He's never fought. He's 18. You're 24. Deji, honestly, you're KSI's younger brother, right? You want to get out of the shadow of being KSI's younger brother. And also, you want to be a better boxer. And some people claim he is a better boxer than KSI.
Yeah, but you know what? I think he got too ahead of himself on that Jake Paul fight and said, you know, I've done good, and didn't really train and like.
Come on, man. You can't say he didn't train because the thing is, he did the same thing.
No, he didn't take it seriously, obviously, because his fitness and he was fatigued. It's obvious he didn't take it seriously.
It was so bad, though.
Yeah, he did.
Who the fuck takes a knee?
Yeah,
Who takes a knee during a
He
fight?
took a knee after he took a break, after he had a 1 minute rest.
That's what I'm saying. It's so weird.
I've never seen that. In
Who the hell? I've never seen it either. We thought something was up. We're like, what? Why is he? He didn't even
Yeah.
get punched.
He
took
came
a
out
knee.
literally after the rest and just took a knee.
He took a knee, and I was like,
what the
bro, that shows that he's just so
He
unfit.
did- yeah, he-
and like, come on, man. Like, he was out of shape. He looked
Yeah.
out of shape, but at the same time, some people are out of shape and can still like. And you
Yeah.
always, we saw that with Andy.
Yeah,
Ruiz.
like for me it hurt because I grew up watching this guy in KSI. Like he was one of my favorite YouTubers, and like for him, what I think he should do now is like just stuff all this like social media shit. Just go
focus
away
on himself.
and just focus on yourself. Get ripped and fucking just focus on
He
your
needs
body.
to get ripped. I think that's the first step
Yeah.
for him to just get ripped.
Just get ripped and just
just
focus on your fitness right
fitness
now.
and
And
fi-
then maybe
fitness
you
is
know
the
you
first
can
thing.
think of a comeback.
His technique's not that bad.
No, he's good.
I think his technique's okay.
His coach, his ex-coach at least, and KSI's ex-coach said that Deji was better naturally than KSI. His natural boxing was
But
better.
obviously, you can see that KSI is on new levels in terms of work ethic.
He worked harder. And
in
for
terms
example,
of work ethic.
even Jake Paul, they take the piss out of him, but he works hard, man. And he works hard.
He works hard, and
he
that's,
goes
and that's
out there
why
and
he is
performs.
where he is today. And Deji, man, like it's so sad. I really want him to come back.
Yeah,
and
man.
he said he put out a video and said he wants to come back, and I really want to see that because I like him, man. I like KSI, and I think if Deji steps up and comes back, you know, he can be a good fighter.
And on a good note, Anderson Gibbs.
How bullshit was that?
But his decision
But
got
his
overturned.
decision got overturned, and I'm so happy
was a
when I
win.
saw that. I was so happy when I saw
Bro,
that.
it was like
Bro, he won every round,
5 rounds to nothing.
He won every round.
Outclassed him, outbeat him easily.
and that's the thing.
On
man.
a different note, on the last note I want to talk about before we wrap up.
Yeah.
We have on the topic of boxing, we have like an Australian boxer. Like something's really been triggering me lately is that we have an Australian boxer representing and going out there fighting for a title right now, but no one's really giving attention.
100%.
You have George Kambosos right now.
Kambosos.
He's fighting
Ferocious Kambosos.
He's fighting Teofimo Lopez right now, which is like
He's a
like
savage, that guy. He's a
different
dog.
a different level. Like
Yeah.
he beat fucking Lomachenko. Who beats Lomachenko?
100%. And that's that just shows
And,
the level of.
I think we should really be
skill.
rooting for this guy and like backing him
100%.
and like no one's really giving it attention.
Because
Like,
everyone's
I don't know.
concerned with the Paul Gallen fight, a guy that spent his whole career as an
Yeah.
NRL player. Now 2 years ago he started boxing, and suddenly he's the greatest boxer of Australia. No, he's not. He got Kambosos, man.
Yeah, that's triggering me. Like, well, how's this guy Paul Gallen getting more attention than an actual boxer that's representing us and going out there and fighting?
What does
for
that
his
go back
country?
to?
Clout.
Clout. I'm telling you, clout is the new thing, bro. It's the new thing.
Yeah.
If you have clout,
And by the way, Mike, you want to make a prediction for the Kambosos fight and the Gallen
all
fight?
right, let's make some predictions because fuck. Now if we get them wrong, we can be put on the spot.
So for the Gallen fight tomorrow, I think Huni's going to.
This will come out after the Gallen fight.
Yeah, I think Hooney's going to absolutely obliterate him and outclass him.
I think Hooney should get him in the second round.
And I think it'll be over in 3 rounds. He'll knock him out in round 3.
I'll say second.
Haymaker, round 3. And in terms of Kambosos, I think my boy Kambosos is going to get it. Split decision.
Well, I hope so. I agree with you. I think Kambosos hopefully should get it.
I hope Kambosos gets it.
Go out there
anyway,
guys, that was a good podcast. I'm sorry. I'm wrapping up. We have so much more to talk about, but I'm so freaking tired.
Subscribe to the Lebbie. Follow the Lebbie podcast on Instagram. That's at the Lebbie podcast. And 100%. Follow the Lebbie clips on TikTok. That's at the Lebbie clips. We're going to post all the clips.
Yeah, he's going to put all the plugs here anyway.
And all the clips are going to go on there.
Also, next week we've got a guest. Don't think now we're not going to get guests anymore. We've got a very good guest next week. Hopefully he or she says yes. Yeah. But we got another guest next week. Look, we didn't bring a guest today, but we thought because we wanted to have a chat, because it's so hard to sort of talk to about the stuff we want to address when we have a guest because it's a lot about the guest.
I feel like it's hard to make clips and stuff that you wanna put out and you wanna talk about with
100%. Yeah.
Because you have to. It's just something.
And what we're thinking now, look, I don't know if you guys should agree with this, but what we're thinking is we'll do 1 week us and then 1 week guest. Just to change it up, you know what I mean? Just so we can get our chance to sort of talk about the random shit that we want to talk about if you want to hear us talk about it. And then 1 week we'll get a guest and, we'll start changing it up. Like I know we've got a lot of TikTokers. We'll start bringing different sort of people from different avenues, different venues.
I want to bring some sport athletes on.
Yeah, we're going to bring some more sports.
Whatever. Even if you're a boxer from the area or whatever.
Yeah, man. Like I'm keen. And I'm keen to get on this TikTok area boxing thing. We're going to organize something and hopefully we can get something together.
You're getting it.
You're getting it.
Bah.
Anyway, guys, take care. Yalla.